Good evening, everyone. My name is Gozengata, and alongside me is Steve Hacks.
Howdy.
Got an amazing race here against Matrick and TheAxeMan301. Both of these guys are on the winners semifinal match, so this is the first match in their best of three. It's going to be super hyped. Steve, are you excited for this match?
Oh, I am pumped.
For those who aren't familiar, our runners are going to have to get every sword, all three bows, the bow of Sun, Moon, and Bow of Truth, as well as the flight spell, which is the normal requirements we've been running up so far, but they're also going to have to defeat all of the major Tetrarch bosses, which is a lot of fights. It's going to be fun. Let's see what they get to start with. Windmill Key, Fred.
That is vanilla. Magic running into one of the townspeople. I did not catch what he bought. Was that, what was that?
I think it was an
antidote.
antidote.
Sort of wind. What is this?
Fred.
Did you randomize this?
Hashtag it's vanilla. I mean, what?
Yeah, I'll be surprised about that one.
I can just hear Matrick off mic yelling Fred. I already love the divergence here.
Yeah,
Matrick's gonna, yeah, so Axe is gonna check. He's actually gonna check the sword as well. Doesn't want it. So all the turn-ins are also randomized. So any trade-in events are gonna be completely random. So Rage doesn't potentially want the water sword. Doesn't want the wind though. So you got 3 more swords to find. Matrick turning in that windmill key, using the wild warp, which lets him warp back to the starting shrine there. Just to run back up. Saves him a little bit of time. Just a couple seconds, optimally. Meanwhile, Axeman took the little shortcut here over. Ooh, he found medical herbs in the shop. That's really good.
Those are some cheap herbs right there.
Those are super cheap. And he's going back in to check the price of the warp boots, which 68 is
not
also...
bad. That is pretty good.
That is great. So I know Matrick will be happy to see those when he gets over there. Sword of Fire!
A double sword start. What is this?
This is a Gozen seed.
Yeah, sounds like it. Where's the mimics?
The 3 in the cave, don't worry.
Alright, that was Key to Stixie, it looked like, from the Queen.
100% Key to Stixie, so progression that we can use later. Nothing yet.
So for those less familiar with the game, the Key to Stixie gets them into the Cave of Styx, or Stixie as it's spelled in the mistranslation. And in order to get there, of course, they've got to be on the entire other side of the world. Right now, they're kind of stuck in the first 2 areas, the Valley of Wind and the Waterfall Valley. Now, normally the Waterfall Valley wouldn't actually be accessible at all, but we added a little shortcut just to make a little more options to randomize. So they're both heading over to the Cave of Wind. Magic just found an ivory statue, it looks like, in there. So ivory statue, another item that's going to... Well, actually, that's a trade-in item, isn't it?
That
so
is.
Who knows who wants it? I'm a little out of practice on these seeds, or if it turns out...
Matrick does get poisoned here, but he is going to kill that mummy and get that level. He bought an antidote, by the way, which was a really good play.
Like.
Yep, and that's 100% what he did. He just used that. So he does have an opal statue as well, in case something were to happen this early. And Dio's Pendant, a great pickup. No spells yet, but that is going to give them
nice
passive MP recovery. So that's a great find early.
Another change we made from the vanilla is normally in vanilla you have to actually stand still to get the MP back. You can see Matrix MP is recovering while he's walking, and that's actually a really nice thing. It makes it actually worth equipping over maybe some other options in some occasions. They have no choice right now, so might as well use it. One of the other features you see is tower robots. Those things are pretty deadly. They also appear out of nowhere, so they can ambush you pretty horribly.
Just like our first mimic right there, almost ambushed Matrick.
We got Axe dealing with some flail guys, another fun favorite enemy we have. And Matrick going into the first mini-boss fight against the vampire.
Oh, he got a good spawn. He threw the bats off screen.
Those bats can be obnoxious to a lot of beginning players, and even some advanced players sometimes, as we're seeing Matrick bumping into him a few times. Carissa plants could be another trade-in, and so we've got a couple trade-ins now we've got to keep track of. Not sure who's going to win either of them. I think there's a total of 5 that can get spread around. But we're about to get to the first trade-in spot. The Akahana in the town over here is going to want one of these items. My guess is going to be one of these 2. The fog lamp makes 3 trade-in items.
I'm so happy with how this cave looks too. I don't know if you saw the white robots in there with the flail guys. It's just, it's so good. And it looks like he wants the fog lamp for the magic
ring. But all he's got is a magic ring. Yeah, this cave is beautiful. I'm loving this. We got the gorgons, the robots and flails. It is not for the faint of heart. This is these flags, of course, are not the easiest flags to play on. The tournament's been going on for a while, and the flags have been increasing in difficulty over the course of it. So, Gozen, have you checked out what the flags are for the finals?
Yes, and I love them.
So the winner of this match, well, it's best of 3, but the winner of this best of 3 is going to earn themselves a place in the grand finals. And those flags are absolutely brutal, so this is going to be a really fun one to watch.
Oh, look at this! I love the Saber West play. I love the robots I hear.
Oh yeah, we got brown robots, we got helicopters. Axe, I think, has not found the fog lamp yet, so he's not ready to trade that in. But he'll find it soon enough. We'll see if he goes right back to trade it right away.
Absolutely.
And teleport is a wonderful find right there. Not only does it open up... Actually, does it open up Saber North, or I forget if it's already open in this flags?
So with these flags, they can do the skips to get up there.
Right. So it opens up Saber North in logic, but it also alleviates the need for warp boots. So now they can teleport around. A lot of transportation. We'll be seeing a lot more kind of movement here. Matrick using his opal statue to take an extra life. There's only 3 of them in the game, so there's now only 2 left for him. But it'll save some time, didn't have to backtrack. It's probably a good move, I'd say.
Especially, and Matrick knows who he's up against. These guys have been extremely close in various races before, and even practice races that I've done with them. When I was first learning the game, they've always been within a minute or 2 of each other. So Matrick not choosing to save that shows right now that he respects where he's at and who he's against. So that's very good to see.
Yeah, Saber West was actually pretty brutal because there's no checkpoints. There's a lot of caves you got to go through. It is not a place you want to have to backtrack through. And he knows Axeman is right on his tail. So another change we've made from the base game here is that you only need level 1 sword to get through these walls. So by having Sword of Wind and Sword of Fire, there's a lot of the game opened up. Sword of Fire opens up mainly Mount Saber and the Waterfall Cave. And we've seen Matrick go into Mount Saber, and Axeman's checking out this Waterfall Cave. I assume he got the grass and checked Kahana. I didn't actually catch it, though.
He did, yes. Telepathy is the pickup. By itself, not extremely useful, but in conjunction with change later, we'll be able to utilize a additional check out by the desert. Telepathy will also, when we find the hazmat suit, put in logic the village of Oak, which we just found out sort of fire is what Rage wanted.
For a Sacred Shield, a nice find.
Yeah, great range defense
never hurts
item.
Anybody. And Matrick's not one to sell that shield. Especially not when they've got teleport. Now, finding both telepathy and teleport. Yeah, we know Dragon Dark would sell this thing. But finding both telepathy and teleport, that puts Mount Saber North in logic. I believe that it's only out of logic before this, so that's possibly where this is pointing, but neither of them knows it quite yet.
Yep, that's definitely true. It is worth noting that both the rabbit and the teleport skip are just there. You can do them, so they could definitely get up there with just that sort of fire, and that would still be okay.
Is out of logic skips. So we have there's a lot of glitches in the game, as some of the speedrunners know, and the randomizer has options to either turn them off completely so you can't even use them, to allow them but keep them out of logic, or to actually put them in logic so you have to use them in order to complete the game. And right now these glitches that make teleport and telepathy not required are out of logic but allowed. we got a comment in chat about scaling, and for those not familiar with the game, normally the difficulty of the enemies and the bosses increases exponentially as the game progresses. That doesn't work well for an open world randomizer, and so you'll see the second number next to the level. They're both at 9 right now. It tracks the number of unique items that they've each found, and as that number increases, the enemies get tougher, they drop more gold and experience, and in addition, the shop prices change. Items get more expensive and armors get less expensive, which seems a little counterintuitive, but if you think about it, armors get less useful as the game goes on, and so they're less valuable, they should cost less. But what that means is, of course, that the really good armors early in the game, you can pawn for a lot of money, and some of our runners really like doing that. So Axe has not yet found Teleport because that was on Mount Saber. He's buying some more boots. I'm not sure if he's going to use them to... we don't have gas mask yet, do we? So he's not planning on using them to skip out of the Stom fight. But he's going to pretty soon find his Sacred Shield.
It looks like we're going to get our ocean access because they did find the shell flute in the waterfall cave on the left side there. So I'd imagine one of these items the boat owner is going to want here.
Yeah, the fact that he's even here, I think, means that they've got his item, right?
Yep, and it's the Crystalis.
I'm asking you. Yeah, that was it. Okay.
I know, right?
Well, additionally, this is an older version. I've been playing on the newer version.
Fair enough. I mean, you are the developer. You're always making changes.
One of the downsides of having such a long tournament is we've been kind of pinning the version on some of the older ones lately, and so a lot of the newer features have been kind of held back. Once this tournament's over in a few weeks, it'll be a whole floodgate of some new stuff going on, and we'll have a lot of fun with some of the new features. Matrick just now getting his key to Stixie, but we don't have any way yet to get past the whirlpools. Now, in the area of glitches, one thing worth noting is that the Ghetto Flight glitch is one that is actually enabled in logic in this flags. So if they get any way to jump, then they could be required to jump past those whirlpools.
So I really like this. Axe teleported back to Brynmere because he knows he's got to go to Saber North. Matrick had teleport, so he wasn't going to check the one item, go out of his way. He's actually going to continue going where the checks are. And I really like that right now. He's going to make sure he gets the checkpoint inside Nadirs so he can port back here if necessary.
Yeah, I don't know if you
make
noticed
his way
that,
up.
but as Matrick went in there, he just ran straight in that threading that needle to get past that skip. He never went and talked to that rabbit, so that's some skill right there. A lot of runners have to take a few tries to get that skip to work.
I didn't even think about it, honestly, because you're absolutely right. It takes me a couple tries to nail that line, so kudos to him.
Well, Matrick is one of the top runners of the vanilla game, and is also obviously translates very well to the randomizer. He was basically the co-developer with me and had all the gameplay ideas to my programming ideas. Sword of Water gives us 3 swords out of 4 now. That's going to give access to the caves on the other side of the water in Porto's area, in addition to Evil Spirit Island. So we now have a lot of the game open. So what happened with what did Matrick do there? He got a sword and he teleported out. Do you know what that was about?
So he got the sword and teleported out to not only checkpoint, but to make sure that he could top off because he took a couple of bolts coming in. So he just wanted to make sure that he was good. Because look at those flail guys.
Yeah, those flails.
And now he's poisoned too. But yeah, it was just to top off, make sure that he got the checkpoint in case something stupid happens, that he doesn't have to go back and get the sword. I would also have done the same thing in the situation.
But it looked like he was checking some items, see what he had in the way of healing.
Yeah, he does have the second opal still that he
now,
can
what
pop.
he could do is blow this wall and see if he can immediately get paralyzed.
He got his favorite item.
To make a few more walls. That was Flute of Lime, I think, actually.
It was, unfortunately.
So Axe finishing up Saber West.
I mean, he's just gonna top off on herbs, and then I assume teleport over to Brimir here. It looks like he is gonna sell the shield. Oh no, he's selling off the weapon.
So pretty early to sell off those items.
Yeah, he did decide to keep the shield. Didn't look like he sold it.
I mean, Axe is one to actually buy shields sometimes, so...
Yep.
I
He
doubt
would buy
be
armor.
one to sell it, yeah. Magic
Nice.
making use of, skillful use of the checkpoints. One of the... did he have a status? It was Poison. He was still
Poison,
turning,
yep.
wasn't it? Yeah, so one of the features, of course, is if you die and you have a checkpoint and you've got a status ailment, it'd be pretty lame of the game to start you back up again with that same ailment because you might die like right away. So they actually cure your ailments when you continue, and you can make pretty good use of that to get rid of status ailments. Because otherwise, that poison's sticking around forever till you're dead.
Speaking of poison, not only did he get poisoned again and forced to reset out of it, but we've got beholders, we've got butterflies. Matrix's favorite hallway right here.
Oh yeah, who's happy to see those butterflies? I am. I think Matrix probably not.
Oh no, Matrix hates butterflies. He says they're jerks.
Oh, especially in that cave. He's got history with those.
Oh, it looks like water is the weakness.
Yep. Wow, Magic popping his second opal here.
I can't blame him.
We'll see. And he's gonna try to make this stick. I mean, he's got a checkpoint not too far back.
Oh.
So
Alright.
one of the downsides, of course, to the flag that means you only need level 1 sword to break these barriers is that the sword upgrades are fewer and further between. Now in the vanilla game, the swords do increasingly more damage as you get bigger swords. So the Sword of Wind is pretty weak at any level, and the Sword of Thunder, even at level 1, is pretty strong. We thought that was kind of lame, so we normalized all the swords to be the same damage, but they increase in damage with the number of upgrades you get. So as you get a ball and a bracelet, the stabs actually do more damage by themselves, and that makes things pretty balanced. But what this means is they've only got level 1 swords, and this boss has quite a few hit points at this point, so they're not doing much damage here.
That is absolutely true. And while Magic did have to reset once more to make his way up here, Axe did get his Sword of Water and is gaining ground. So the longer this fight's going to take, which frankly is going to be rough for both of our runners just because of the exact situation we're in, it's just going to let Axe get that much closer right now.
Yeah, I'd say Matrick was maybe ahead by a minute or two. Maybe 3. I don't know right now. Did you catch what was on Kelbesk?
Just the Lysis plant. Which means we know where the progression is. Anywhere we can get to... Dragon Dark's made a chart.
I mean, I don't even know these numbers. I know how to compute them.
Yeah, Dragon Dark has a chart. He went through and did all of it. The Love Pendant. Okay.
All right, so that means that there could be some trading items, including one we know for sure. Actually, we found 3 out of the 5, so that's the 4th one. But no swords and no bows and no magic are in either of the 2 caves across the rivers.
But can an orb be in there, or is that on the same tier as a sword?
I believe an orb is in the same level as the trading items. So it's going to tell what the backmost item in that tier is.
That's good to know.
Where back is defined as first the back of the fog lamp, then Carissa back to front, and then the rest of Fog Lamp Cave back to front. It looks like Matrix says Let's get that love pendant and see what else is in here. Maybe I'll get a sword upgrade.
Axe finding out that Kelbask is indeed weak to water. He's making use of the charge strats, playing it safe, so it's getting a little bit more damage per strike, but it's gonna take
one more damage because it's just.
Oh, that's right. It is just base. It's one more point of damage. Good call.
Well, he's got
also,
one more level, so his level 5 gets one more point of damage, and if it's a charge shot, I think it's gonna do 3 instead of 2. So it's not that much. Dragon Dark in chat talking about how tinking actually, I believe, you avoid iframes, so you might actually get a few more hits per, more damage per sword swing. If
that is actually true. I didn't even think about that. Patrick, however, in this cave did find our second mimic. I'm happy about this.
So for the uninitiated, tinking is something that happens in the base game, where if you don't have the proper sword, or if your your attack is too low for the defense, or your level is too low because the base game has artificial level caps, which we've removed, or level limits, whatever, low requirements is the word I'm looking for. But if you don't have any of those requirements, then you get a tink sound and you do no damage. We've changed that so you do exactly 1 damage per tink, because you know, you may be in situations where that's your only option, and currently the game does not account in logic for what elements the available enemies are to damage. It does, of course, give you a guarantee you're going to have the sword you need to kill bosses, but in terms of just, you know, finding an enemy you can farm for money, for instance, in situations where you may need to buy some herbs, tinking may be your only option. This is actually something we're looking to remove at some point, or set as an option, so that at some point we may actually recover the original behavior of not doing any damage with the wrong sword. So that's something to look forward to in the future.
I was really happy with that last hallway, and Dragon Dark also saw it. We had a Burt hallway. It was beautiful.
Oh, those birds are great. We've got the whole family here.
So it looks like we're getting even more divergence here. Axeman heading over to Evil Spirit Island.
This is a favorite play of Axe's.
I can't blame him. It's a nice, large chunk of density. You've got 3 swords. Everything's good.
Yeah, he's got a guaranteed 7 checks and most likely 9.
And I definitely love the divergence here. Matrix going back, making sure that he cleans up Portoa, getting the Messia answering machine here.
Did you get anything else good out of that cave?
No. Just the love pendant from the very last chest. But we are about to find out what happens when we calm the angry sea. Oh, there's more white robots.
Yeah,
I love
robots.
this.
That makes me happy.
So that's a blizzard bracelet that we got, and Power Rig is on the sea.
Yeah.
Hold our horses. You want to go to Evil Spirit Island.
The Matrix has now got a fully charged Sword of Water, because the Dolphin also had a water upgrade.
Wow. So, Axe found Flight in Evil Spirit Island.
That is a great find right there. Flight being the last spell of the game, the only required spell, because you cannot actually get into the last area without it, and great for defense as well, and for transportation. So it is a great find right there.
Magic found the shield ring, which can help a little bit, and he's getting thrown out. Finding both armors right next to each other. We get the battle armor and the psycho armor. Both great pickups. The psycho armor will heal you up over time when you stand still. And then the battle armor gives you immunity to touch poisons. So you're going to be a bit safe in those armors.
Yeah, I'm never unhappy to find either of those. Or even both, because I will switch back and forth between them.
Oh, likewise. especially in later fights, like when I'm doing charge strats, having that Psycho Armor on. Yeah, it's a little less defense, but that heal just helps make up for it.
The Matrix popping into the village of Joel so he can open up a trigger to get into Evil Spirit Island. He's going to probably check the channel, underwater channel item first, see what we've got there. I think we presumably already saw it from Axeman.
Yeah, Fruit of Power.
Right, Fruit of Power, so nothing useful. Now Axeman is in the Sabera's Fortress, where we've got 2 more checks and a boss.
So it may look like Axe is ahead right now because he's just got more things checked, but it's worth noting because Matrix has that bracelet. He's got a ton more damage over Axe right now.
Oh yeah, we're gonna see Matrix favoring that Sword of Water quite a bit.
I mean, in addition to that, we could also see, I don't know, probably my favorite glitch, the Sword Charge glitch.
That's right. Yeah, he's actually got level 3 sword on any of these 3 if he wants at this point. Also seeing a little bit of use of this level 3 magic. It costs 16 MP each time he uses it, but he's got Tio's Pendant equipped, and so he's going to use it pretty liberally.
Speaking of damage ups, so Vampire 2 gives us the Ball of Wind.
That is not a bad find. Not super useful at this point, but not bad.
It's more damage. That's really all there is to it.
Well, especially
what
if
is a great
and
find?
don't have that Blizzard bracelet.
Oh, for sure. But what is a great find is that barrier, actually, that he just picked up. I was going to make a comment about the butterflies, but the barrier is much, much more relevant.
I will say so. So Axe finding our heroine Messiah, except, wait a minute, it's not Messiah, it is Sabera. Testing out his swords and finds no weakness, it looks like, so he is going to choose to Tink.
I'd have to ask our statman Dragon Dark, but is it possible that they, with the scaling, that they just can't break it because he doesn't have anything? Because I know Sabera does have high defense.
That might be possible, but at this point, I don't think so.
I mean with an orb, I would think it would.
He's only missing 4 damage compared to the bracelet, and we're only at scaling 18.
Oh, okay. Sabera 2 has that versus Sabera 1. And Speed Boots! Oh, baby.
So this could make a big difference. If Matrix decides not to Tink Sabera, which I highly doubt, he's going to Tinker is my guess. But he would have a long time without those speed boots, and that could make a big difference.
Yeah, speaking of big difference, we got changed from Clark Kent. So we've got other side of the world
in a
access.
direction.
Yep.
And that direction Axeman is going right now.
We've got barrier. We've got Stixie access. I mean, Hydra sounds really good to me.
Oh yeah, flight and wind, so he can full clear Hydra in one go if he wants. Yeah, he's definitely hot to trot to check out those areas.
Fruit of Reppin from the Bro Kahana check.
Yep, they've got Ivory Statue, which is, in this version at least, still the item that he wants before he'll give the item, his item, if you got change. Axe going over the desert, he's going to check out Dio, and presumably that, the pyramid, get those items out of there as well. Get the warp point in Sahara, which is a nice thing to have. So at this point, I think what's going to make the difference is whether, at least right now, whether Axe decides to check those caves or not. If he decides to skip the caves, that could give him quite a bit of an advantage.
So it is water. If
Wow,
not, he
so
was
Axe was just not cutting the defense.
Yep. So I was right. Feels good.
Honestly, I don't know how that's possible because 5 defense. He should have been doing easily more than that.
Oh, he just didn't
4
hit her
from
with the
sword
water. Oh, okay, that was the issue.
Wow.
Okay,
Huh.
so that's actually pretty big.
So that brought Matrick back to some extra time there.
Yeah, absolutely. And like we mentioned with the speed boots, they're just gonna speed you up. There wasn't too much of a time difference between the two of them getting boots, so Axe doesn't really have the most amount of utilization on that for this, so it's pretty good.
Yeah, the boots aren't going to help him that much.
I don't know if anybody
But
else
now
just
they're
called.
kind of beholden to.
Over on Matrix's side, Stom was talking to himself.
Nice.
And there's our first bow.
Chat mentioning that the logic kind of pointed at a water weakness for Sabera, which is a good observation.
Yeah, the water weakness makes sense there, especially since it led to a progressive piece to get to the other side of the world. Logically, that makes perfect sense. Everything's actually water weak. Nobody likes getting water thrown on them. Thank you, Axe, for finding Mimic number 3.
So we're just clearing out these change checks. We've got Dio over here. I assume Matrix. Does he know what item Aurelius wants? Because he could check back over there at some point.
He didn't have change to check.
No, but if he's got the item, he can. And we found 4 out of the 5. He can try using it and see if it gives a message or not.
Absolutely.
So we're getting another run through the pyramid.
There's our hazmat suit.
So that opens up the with telepathy all of the swamp checks minus the insect.
And yep, that was also Mimic number 4. And there's alarm flute, so there's 2 more checks. Well, we do need the X-ray.
Go into the. Axe choosing to go into the backside of Goa rather than Mount Hydra. Not a bad option.
I mean, he's right here. It makes perfect sense. You're gonna route in one, you might as well route in the other.
He's got 3 swords.
Yep. Feeling pretty good. Matrix gonna get his bow moon.
Likely he's got the item that Kensu wants here.
Oh, he doesn't. It's the Statue of Onyx, so it's the one trade-in we haven't found, which means that the ivory is going over to Aurelius.
Well, and Axe is still missing that love pendant.
That is true. He doesn't have that. It could be the love pendant. Absolutely right. Not wind. It's fire. Carmine weak to fire.
So this will be a long but probably not too hard fight here with barrier. You should be able to take it down pretty quickly.
Oh yeah. It's just a quick little song and dance routine. Carmine's gonna do his little line dancing there and go explode.
And there's our rabbit boots. Not particularly helpful at this point.
No, unfortunately not.
The chances of finding an upgrade here. Oh.
That's a great thing to find. And kudos to Axeman for realizing, oh
did
yeah,
Axe actually
look at
checkpoint
that.
before?
Yes, because he went into Carmine.
He recheckpointed. Right, but did he recheckpoint?
Oh,
Recheckpoint. He lost that fight.
Oh, you're absolutely right. There's the tornado bracelet, which is also a good find.
Yeah, chat says yes.
Okay. Thank you, chat, because I did not catch if he did or not.
I know I've made that mistake before.
I have definitely done that. There's another mimic. We're at 5.
But that's also why I'm not in this race. So now that he's got all the other chests, he'll pick up that Sword of Thunder, get teleported over to Chiron, and now's a great time to ride in Mount Hydra.
It's like everything went his way. It's like everything just went perfectly.
What was he checking for in that teleport menu? Do you know?
I'm honestly not sure. Patrick rereading, making sure that he wanted the right statue there. Uh-oh, Matrick. Bye, Matrick.
Not checkpointing, so Matrick will take the little digression here.
It is a little unfortunate. It looks like he's just going to go right back, so he's not even going to route in Hydra. So this could pay off for Axe. Help kind of stretch that lead a little bit further if he finds some things up here. Like that Mimic definitely won't do, but he poisons him anyway. Nice big hug from him.
It'll help you out.
Because we are halfway there. Oh, Matrick. Oh, Matrick. I like the front call. You're going to miss out on the tornado bracelet, unfortunately.
Well, he's got all 4 swords. He can go straight through now.
That is absolutely true.
With the sword charge glitch, I don't think he's going to do it. It's not worth the time. But if he wanted to, he could use that to make the bosses a lot easier.
Well, he may do it here on the first one.
He may end up doing it for Mado.
Yeah. I was saying, Mado probably. Kind of.
Well, we'll see if he, if he wants to use K-Fal's glitch to. No, he's not. He's just going to brazenly go up against Keldesk 2.
Ooh, that's another Mimic. Not thunder. It's wind. The axe chest is a consumable. It's the fruit of lime! And he immediately throws it on the ground.
That is the standard protocol.
I'm pretty sure the standard protocol was give it to Stom, but...
Although I think that Axe did neglect to jump up and down on it 3 times.
Ah, that's true. He did. Absolutely. So it is worth noting, Matrick did find the Orb of Thunder, so that helps a little bit. And there's Paralysis, so he can turn in the last of the turn-in treks. So that's good. We're definitely in. We're just getting a lot of stuff opened up at this point, too. And it looks like Axe is also making the front door play here.
Bow of Sun, which puts Crypt into logic now.
All right, I like this. This is nice.
So the question is, who goes Crypt first?
That's actually a really good question. I don't have the answer to.
That looked like Recover?
That was 100% Recover.
Chat asking if there's anything on Hydra.
We didn't get the full clear. We didn't get the full clear.
He didn't.
I guarantee you there's something good on my ledge. Go check my ledge.
Did he check the right side at all?
He only got the first item. And it was just a Mimic.
Axeman making nice use of those tornadoes to farm a little bit of experience to get up to level 9.
I like what Matrix's doing here with the barrier. He's trying to get close, so that way, like utilizing the barrier and then trying to get the multiple hits in there. Meanwhile, Axe is taking advantage of the sword charge glitch here. And it's not thunder, so you'll be fine anyway, because it's wind.
There we go. So also get to use those slowed down tornadoes. The base game tornadoes are just a little bit too fast to be particularly useful. So Axe has Carmine over Matrick, but that's about it.
It's not a whole lot.
At this point, yeah, at this point, I would actually put Matrick back in the lead now.
Yep, and I mean, he's gonna be able to go up there. He's gonna get the full clear on it. I definitely like where we're at right now. The thing to note, Axe did Sword Charge glitch, so he does have that level 3 Thunder right now. He's gonna be able to full clear the area with it, and then also be able to have that here for Sabera. Yeah, it's gonna be a huge payoff.
Picking up a second bow.
Yeah, I mean, you can just see, like, Matrick's still in this fight.
Well, as DD was saying in chat, Sabera 2's defense is pretty monumental, and so he's not doing much damage here. It's gonna take a lot of time to get through this.
Yep.
Sabera 2 is the bane of a lot of runners.
Yeah, especially in this flag set where you're going to be up here early. I mean, I just actually looked at their scaling because I didn't even think about it. We're at 32 scaling right now for Matrick. Like, that's huge. And Axe,
Axe is very happy to see that.
And charge.
And she is not going to last long.
And charge. All right, so Axe got in the fight just before 41 minutes. 3 charges.
And a few stabs.
And she's gone. Like, that fight was less than 30 seconds. Matrick is still in the fight.
That is a big difference right there.
This is another lead change.
Well, this is exactly what we expect with these runners. We're going to be just passing the lead back and forth this entire race.
Absolutely.
So Axe now in Mado 2's area. Gonna check these upstairs chests. We got 2 of them here. It's a consumable. He's not even gonna bother seeing what's in it. He knows he doesn't have any time to lose.
Exactly. And down goes Sabera from Matrick, so it's gonna play catch up again for just a moment. Iron Necklace, the other pickup. Not useful at this point in the game, but it is a nice piece of equipment to boost your defense.
Yeah, interesting that Axe did not checkpoint before just checking that out, and then he could have skipped getting both of those. Maybe not worth it.
No, at this point, he knows who he's up against. He's not going to care. He'll take the extra scaling to just put on an extra level later if it comes down to it. I mean, look at what they've got left. They still have a bow. They still have Meta 1, Meta 2. There's still a little bit more time
to backtrack and back down to the bottom floor.
Exactly.
Oh, there's Mimic right there, number 9. And Axeman is now finishing this off, going through the not particularly happy place to get to Mado 2. Although without butterflies there, it's not so bad.
Yeah, not at all. So it is worth noting he's still holding that Sword of Thunder in the charge, so he could luck out. It is not thunder. Is it wind? It is wind.
So that sword charge glitch was irrelevant, and he's still good to go.
Yep. No, he's fine. He's got that bracelet
except for refresh, which is basically what they would want right here for magic.
Oh, absolutely.
Because that ninja cannonball is just going to ram right into you.
Yep, and he's just going to get faster the more damage he's dealt until he dies. He's going to just keep speeding up a little bit here and there, and then he's going to unmorph. The more often he unmorphs, it's a sign that he's closer to dying. Now, this is again going to be another fight in favor of Axe, because he's got that bracelet.
Yeah, missing level 3. Where did he find that bracelet?
That would be the Carmine's floor.
Oh, and Matrick just noped out with the thunder and never went back.
Absolutely. So Axe is already done with this fight. Matrick's back in here for his second attempt. So right now, Axe is definitely in the lead. He's visiting Chiron here for that siesta.
Yeah, so Axe done with oh no. Magic is just gonna come back later. He knows he can go out the back way, and he's got a good sword charge glitch location that way.
Yep, no, that's smart. I like that.
Yeah, I definitely approve of this play.
Yep, and he's setting up a sword charge right here.
So Mato 2 also weak to wind.
Yep. Magic's sitting here probably scratching his head going, where's the Bracelet of Wind?
Yeah, he knows he's missing it because the logic is going to guarantee accessibility to it for these bosses.
Absolutely.
But with sword charge glitch, he doesn't need it.
Actually, my memory might be mistaken. I'm going to check it again.
Magic having a bit of a hard time here with this fight. He is down a level from, or 2 levels actually from Axe. That's going to set him back a little bit of HP and a little bit of damage.
Yeah, I did just check. So battle magic is guaranteed for this still in the logic. So
That's right.
That's what I wanted to double check on. So that is actually very good information. Magic should know he's missing something.
But with sword charge glitch, he doesn't much care.
No, not at this point. I hope they check the crypt.
So Axe getting his hint about that power ring.
Yeah, and he's gonna pick up his
water upgrade.
Exactly. He's gonna get his second one here. Go to max power there. Boom.
But at this point, TheAxeman is just about in go mode. I mean, the only thing he's missing is that Bow of Truth, which could be crypt.
I really hope he checks it, even though I know he won't. That will be his last spot, which can't blame him, honestly. You kind of have to go there to beat the game anyway.
A lot of runners will check the crypt earlier, especially when you've got 2 bows and not the Bow of Truth.
It is very enticing, but you do have a couple of other checks to make beforehand, especially since we've got so many different things. They did find the insect flute. We've got all of that. And Axe is proving me a liar and taking the blunt.
No, you gotta do it, because if it's there, the other guy's gonna check it.
That is true. I hope they don't find it. I hope they find 2 mimics. And then I hope they guarantee my mimic percent, because we are close. We're at 9. Steve, we're at 9.
So it sounds like we've got no audio from TheAxeman. It's a little too bad.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
Love that that crypt music.
Oh, absolutely. It's a banger.
Magic is still struggling with Mato. He's got no opal statues left, and so it's not the easiest fight here.
Oh, he's at 1 HP right now.
So he's got that Psycho Armor, getting a little bit of healing when he stands still, but it's pretty slow.
Every little bit helps. I mean, he's got barrier. He's trying to conserve MP for the charge shots here. Oh.
Now you're in Magic's shoes. Do you give up and just check that? I mean, you're not that far from those Carmine chests. You know,
I mean,
something helpful there. I don't know. Power ring. He knows power ring actually is not, but warrior ring wouldn't hurt here.
Yeah, warrior ring would definitely not hurt. I'd be happy to see that. But honestly, if I didn't check it earlier, I wouldn't check it now. But he does manage to take down Mato, so that's good.
There we go. So Axe clearing out the crypt. Nothing particularly useful there. It sounded like was that Onyx statue was there.
And a ball of fire.
So So Statue of Onyx was what Kensu wanted.
Yes. So that means we've got the Love Pendant and the Ivory Statue that could go between Aurelius and other Kensu.
So Axe is now checking top of Hydra, see if we can get that bow there.
I can't blame him. It's going to be on my ledge, but I can't blame him.
And Matrick is going to finish clearing out Goa finally. So that
Sword
will,
Charge glitch.
Even
He
things
did
up a little
not.
bit.
So he did not set up for the Sword Charge glitch. It doesn't matter too much because once he does go through and get the items, he will be very happy to find that Tornado Bracelet.
Yeah, he should remember that that Mado 2 wanted wind. He's also not chosen to particularly grind much, which is interesting, because with how much difficulty he's had with these bosses, a little bit of level grinding could really help him. Noticed that, and now he's probably kicking himself after getting that Tornado Bracelet, but noticed that Axeman is up at level 11, and it's certainly helping him out with those fights.
Cornell, I believe you're mistaken as to which ledge is mine. My ledge had a Mimic on it. Axe just found that.
I mean, I think Gozen's ledge is anything that has a Mimic, right?
I mean, yes, but no. My ledge is actually that one on the right, the far right check. But yeah, we do have that broken statue, so if we do find that glowing lamp, that'll pay off big time.
So Matrick has barrier, doesn't he?
He does, yes, but he's just using flight to save the menu time, even though he's gonna put it on for the fight anyway.
Yeah, that didn't really make any sense.
There's the Psycho Shield.
I mean, at this point, it's not bad, but not particularly helpful. So it looks like, did he find Bow of Truth?
No.
He's just going back for.
He's going back for
did they full clear the Oasis Cave.
That's what he's going to right now. That's the only reason you teleport there, because it's faster to come that way. Alright, so down goes Carmine for Matrick. So he does have a bit of ground to make up here, but it's definitely possible that he might be able to find the bow. Essentially, if he goes to the correct spot, it's all it takes.
Yeah, he's a little behind, but certainly it's possible. He's still in this game.
You tell that to Matt and Axe, they do it every time, man. I keep telling them it's faster that way too, Dragon.
And
and
there's
Axe,
a Bow of Truth.
Yep, that is not what you want to see if you're Matrick. Unfortunately, exactly what we want to see.
Well, Matrick's not seeing it.
Not yet, he's not. So I'm sad to say we're not getting our Mimic percent, but sub-hour seed hype.
Yeah, we should be seeing this wrapping up in the next 6 minutes. Any guess on that time?
They don't have fire and they don't have thunder 3, so they're gonna sword charge at least for the first chunk of it. They don't have refresh either. They might see a tiny bit of struggle up there. I'm gonna say 58-27.
That's a good guess. I'll go with 59-12.
Respectable. Very respectable.
My guess is wind. Axe will go for wind. He may not even bother sword charge glitching.
It's definitely possible, yeah.
So they never actually got those items to clear the Angry Sea, so they've got no Power Ring and no Warrior Ring. So he's going for the Dios Pendant to get that MP recovery. Axe setting himself up to get a little tink off the wing at the front and then get in the right position to... or just gonna keep bouncing off.
Yeah, it looks like he's not getting it.
I think he doesn't remember where he's at.
There
We go. Fast lasers is really nice to see. So Matrick now in bow only mode. Just gotta find that bow of truth.
It looks like he might be making the crypt play. Oh, he's definitely gonna go to the end and heal.
Play at this point.
It is. And yep, he's gonna make it. Cannot fault him there at all.
No, but what we know when he doesn't is it's not gonna help him.
Oh, absolutely. Look at Axe getting in there with the sword stabs.
Yeah, that is bold right there.
I mean, out of all of us, I'd expect him to do it.
This is true.
I mean, he is a very large tasser, and I'm pretty sure his task actually does use stab strats.
Yeah, I don't know how much that actually helps. No, the issue, of course, being that Barrier has a dead frame every 8, I think, and a lot of times doesn't make much difference, but those lasers will cut through it every single time.
Yeah, speaking of lasers cutting through the barrier, absolutely happened, so Axe is going to have to reset out of that, which is fine. It's not a big deal at all. After getting his statue, and then once he goes upstairs, he'll get his orb of fire, which unfortunately isn't going to do a whole lot for him. Taking a second to grind on these Medusas, I completely agree. It looks like Axe switched over to water. He's still doing his stab strats though, so.
Now, personally, I'd just be using that charge, the level 3 charge here. But I'm kind of lazy.
It's definitely a safer approach, so we can definitely see that play, for sure. I would also be doing it, but knowing who my opponents are, like, I would also... I solely respect this. Because all this is just sheer respect. And he's getting a ton of hits.
He's getting some great patterns. This is great.
Yeah, he's getting a ton of hits, great patterns, and see now he knows that the beams are bad because he's not getting the good lineups like he had. Yeah, he needs the level 3 charge stabs to just optimize his damage output.
And here
is what he should be going for. And there it is.
You get quite a few hits with that level 3, especially if you let it off right up there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I mean, for all he knows, Matrix's already in the tower. Unfortunately, he's not. So Matrix going back to is he checking Kensu now?
Yeah, he's checking Kensu first.
That's too bad.
It is unfortunate because it is gonna not save him as much time as it could. Axe did get through the Dragon fight here. It looks like he's gonna enter the tower about a 57-34. So and he stopped the menu. Stop proving me wrong. So
yeah, I think both of our estimates might be out the door.
Yeah, no, they're definitely going to be over.
Take at least a minute per floor, I'd say, or 45 seconds per floor, a minute, somewhere around there. And now we're going for the other Kensu check. That's
rough. Worth noting, Axe did sword charge glitch to get that flame level 3, like I said he was going to. So feel good about that.
Yeah, that's a good play.
Definitely
a little bit of an advantage, especially with the Dio's pendant there to get that magic back.
Absolutely. It is worth noting, Jerk Kensu did have refresh.
That is helpful, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
Yeah, no, it's definitely too little too late, because we still have a chunk of the world to open, and unfortunately, Magic looks to be making that play over to Oak right now. Unfortunately,
we'll try one more time there.
Yeah, we weren't getting
to work.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, his audio is maxed out, so I think he just has it muted.
Oh man. So now we're checking the Tornell up in Saber.
Oh no.
Matrick is he's just full clear in this seed.
I mean, I can't fault him.
Well,
it
this
just
point, it's a
feels
bunch of kind
bad.
of one-off, you know, pickups that, you know, you had to abandon the first time through, or not abandon, but just, you know, couldn't get that first time.
And it's just a consumable. So, I mean...
So pretty soon, is this second floor for Axe, or is this third?
This is... I think third, actually.
So we may or may not see him switch to wind.
Not yet. He's gonna just keep going there because he's got the setup. Everything that he needs is on. Yep, there's the charge. Yep, and there's the wind switch.
But he is a little low on MP. Now he can use his magic ring.
Yep, absolutely. And he made great use of DOs to get him up to this point.
Oh yeah, no, that was a definitely a good call. But as chat's saying, those tornadoes do cut through the white robots pretty well. It was nothing to shake a stick at. At least since we slowed them down.
Absolutely, yeah.
Otherwise, they just fly past them. Can't actually push them quite well enough.
Yeah, Matrick got key to prison.
Out of the tornado bracelet chest.
Yeah, that's not
So
what you want to see.
Could lead him astray even further.
Definitely.
He's back to check that check.
Also, I misspoke. Axe was on the second floor, so he's still got one more floor to finish out.
Yeah, so we'll see a nice tornado floor here. He's got a full MP charge here, and with Dios, it'll last quite a while. Also, since tornadoes only cost 8 MP, compared to the 6... Warrior Ring is not a bad find, but not going to help him.
It's unfortunately too late.
So yeah, Axe just kind of hurting these robots with these tornadoes, using barrier to not have to worry about those shots. Those shots pack a punch, and cutting right through them. So, say another shot or so, and they'll all be gone. I was being a little stubborn here. So, of course, it's important to shoot left and right, not up and down, so that you can get the maximal hits out of those tornadoes. Now Axe is going to go find the Heroine Messiah, trade in those swords for the titular sword Crystalis, or Crystalis, and we'll see the end game in just about a minute. Hugging that right wall to skip a dialogue. I believe Axe hasn't actually blown any opals, has he? So he could also just
no, he's gone
out
through
there
them,
and
I'm pretty sure.
use his eye for ammo, has he?
Yep. All
And
right.
down goes Dinah. Axe finishing the race with an official SRL time of 103.05.
GG Axeman. All right, we should be getting him in here in just a moment here for an post-game interview. Meanwhile, Matrick is heading into Oak here, so he's going to be able to clear all of this out. Get a couple more checks.
Howdy.
And here he is, Axeman. GG, congrats on the victory.
Thanks. I guess I'll find out where Matrick is as soon as this ad finishes. Okay.
Oh.
Going a place that I was able to get. Okay.
Oh, you skipped
Yeah.
quite a few spots. Matrick has decided to hundo this seat, it looks like.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yep. So unfortunately, he went and turned in Slime Kenzie's check, but he did not check Power Ring location.
Oh.
Yeah, unintentional decision here.
Okay. Did he go in after getting the Thunder Sword?
I don't
He
remember.
did. Yes,
Did he,
yes, because he went back
He
up.
must have, yeah.
Yeah, he went back
He's
up.
been in a
Wow.
few times since then.
That's
Yep.
unfortunate, yeah. Because I was kind of thinking... yeah, the swamp, I probably would have gone to the swamp next. But I guess I was just thinking, you know, Magic play is all Kensu all the time, so... I was gonna head up to him, but I didn't quite make it. You know, a little more stuff in the tower might have helped.
I mean, you didn't have Warrior Ring. You knew where Power Ring was, but you never found the glowing lamp to get it.
No
You made
refresh.
great use of the sword charge glitch on the fire to just low MP.
Yeah, those
moderate-
Dio's pendant,
moderate
too.
damage
That was
and-
a great play.
It was
Thanks,
super
thanks.
good. Great
That's
control.
pretty good. I don't know. I mean, you can always do better, but like, it was good enough, I guess.
I mean, with the resources you had, you were doing phenomenal. I mean, let's be real for a minute. You didn't have refresh. You only had barrier. Just honestly,
That's
with
true. No
minimalistic
healing
resources,
power.
yeah, you were great.
I made a lot of use out of the Psycho armor. There.
Absolutely, yeah.
Now, when that's the only healing you got,
Oh, he hasn't gone here yet either. This was a disappointment, if I remember.
Yep.
I mean, at this point, anything but a Oasis Cave is going to be a disappointment. At best, and at worst, a strong mislead down a further rabbit hole.
It's a good 100% clinic here, though.
But at this point, I wouldn't follow any leads you find in any of these things, just because you know that, I mean, with Axe already finishing, it can't be that deep.
Now, did he do Fog Lamp and Carissa, or did he get the hint first?
He got the hint and did fog lamp.
Oh.
That's actually what got him. It's actually what got him the refresh.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you know, you always... So wait, what
No,
is
refresh
the priority
wasn't-
there?
Refresh was not in Foglamp Cave.
Yeah, because...
No, but he needed the trade-in for Kensu.
Oh, yeah, it was the love pendant.
Yep.
You got the hint, didn't you, Axe?
Yes, I got the hint.
I
Oh,
think
I
you
didn't.
just
I didn't
chose to-
talk to Kensu, but I did. I did read the hint on the flute of lime and then just skipped them.
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
Master
so from a
checked that.
density standpoint, you know, I mean, it makes sense to do to do Stixie and Hydra, I guess. You know, you get 4, 5, 6 checks in each of these, and but yeah, it's tough.
So based on what he's got left, it looks like I was probably a little bit ahead. Anyway.
You guys
So you're
actually
going back and
jockeyed.
forth throughout.
Yeah.
But yeah, you were ahead for a lot of the game.
Yeah, you were the first to the speed boots. Magic was a little bit behind there. And then you kind of jockeyed positions. So you made a great play by going to checkpointing at Carmine's room and then finding that Sword of Thunder and going, nope, hold up a second. And you just rewound it, got all the items, and that got you the bracelet.
That
Whereas
worked out
Magic
pretty well, yeah.
didn't checkpoint, got the sword, and then just went on his merry day. And then went into the front. So he had to do the whole front side without the tornado bracelet, which, as you know,
Wow.
really paid
that
off
was
to have.
Mato too, right?
Yeah, so he noped out of Mato
Wow.
too the first time.
Yeah, he actually had to. He tried it a couple times and then just noped. After spending a bit of time in there. To give you an idea, when you entered the front, he had finished up Kelby 1, or Kelby 2, excuse me, and then he was clearing Sabera's floor. When he got into Sabera's, you were just, I want to say just finishing or just finished Kelby, and then you were going up. You finished all your checks. He was still in the Sabera fight because didn't have Thunder Bracelet, didn't have that
he didn't have any bracelets.
Yeah, he didn't.
he only
didn't
had the
sword-
blizzard
no, he
bracelet.
did. He didn't.
He had the
charge
blizzard
glitch.
bracelet. He didn't sword charge glitch.
But he didn't glitch
And
it.
that cost him.
Yep.
That cost him
Yeah.
so much time.
Okay. Yeah, that made that fight so much easier.
You went into that fight and it took you 24 seconds. He went into that fight and it took him several minutes. So that's where the lead exchange kind of happened, because you had Carmine down where he didn't, but we both know that's a really quick fight. It's just going to be like a quick way on his way out to get that. So we kind of didn't really evaluate it too much there, but when it was taking him a bit of time, that's when we knew that you were going to take that lead back.
So,
Did he have any trouble in the windmill cave with those robots?
No, actually, he did that fairly well.
yeah, that was a rough cave in terms of monster placement, but you both navigated that really well.
I was like, super cautious and got the extra medical herbs, and then I turned out not to need them, which was amazing. Like, I thought I was going to get torn apart by those robots, and yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. You picked those up. Matrick actually opted to only pick up an antidote. I believe it was in the early game there. And he did actually end up using that later, which did help him out quite a bit.
Now, did he...
So-
Okay, he had to go check the crypt, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll see a very different crypt here, with much more equipment.
Yep, because he does have the warrior ring. He's got refresh.
So I
Where's
assume
it
he
going?
picked Saber 1 as well?
Well, so it turns out that Sabera 1 fight was really something.
Oh, that's the Barrel 1 fight. So Axe, Sabera 1 was vulnerable to water.
Oh, did I not realize it?
You missed the shot. We actually thought that you got the shot and weren't getting through the defense, because I was misremembering Sabera 2's high defense. And chat said, no, we're pretty sure he missed because he switched off of that.
Oh.
So, because Matrick went in there
wow.
and just raffle stomped.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Oh,
well, so
man.
Matrick had the blizzard bracelet from the fog lamp cave. So he,
Yep.
because it was, or no, maybe it was from
No, I got blizzard bracelets.
Queen and the
that could've been
Dolphin?
there.
Oh, that's what it was. No, yeah, you
That
had
might
the
have been
blizzard
it, yeah.
bracelet, so you were like set with that, and did not actually help you.
Yeah, Matrick got
I mean, it
that
wasn't a bad fight for
early, because you got the blizzard late, because he went back and checked it when he got water.
It feels like you always have to tank that fight, so maybe it was kind of like, oh, let's just do it.
It definitely could have been the case, yeah. I think you might be trying to find the glowing lamp, maybe? Not sure. There's the storm bracelet.
I mean, looks like he's just hundoing this thing.
I mean, personally, I'm happy with that because that means we're gonna get mimic percent.
I bet he's doing it just for you, Gozen.
I mean, right now he's getting big ol' hearts for me. Wait. We missed the mimic. Actually, wait a minute. Where is the mimic?
Yeah, where would that be? Is there any chests left?
Hold up. Did I miscount?
I can't think of any chests left. He's going up for the Stom fight. No, he checked Tornado Bracelet spot.
Yeah, he did.
I think they full cleared both parts of Saber.
Hydra was cleared. Saber was
There's that
cleared.
glowing lamp.
There's the glowing lamp.
We've got max scaling.
Well, that's why you gotta do a kind of grind up to 12, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we've
Okay.
got a comment in in the SRL chat that we're hundoing this thing.
Yep.
So for all those extra checks we don't see too often, now we'll get to see them. And there's that power ring, which everybody likes to see. Makes that endgame a
Absolutely.
piece of cake.
Yeah, I can't think of a chest.
Yeah, we've cleared the entire trade-in row, down to just the Bow of Truth and Shell Flute.
Yeah, if we had to have 100 the seed. There's no location that I can think of that he didn't get.
But he also reset his timer, so we have no idea what time we're at.
Don't worry about it. We'll know when he
We'll
finishes.
see on the yeah, we will see on SRL.
It's okay. So, quick, let's take guesses. % always counts, DD. He 100%ed the seed, therefore he found all the mimics.
What are we guessing?
We're guessing his finish time.
Oh, that's even tougher now. Because,
Exactly, because we can't see it.
I don't even know where we're at right now.
All right, I'll take a blind stab. Let's do 1 hour, 14 minutes, 20 seconds. Price is Right rules.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 120.
We're closer to 128.
Ooh. All right,
I mean,
so we got a 120
it's been
and
more
128.
than 10 minutes at this point, hasn't it?
Uh,
I guess 120 is way too high.
You tell me.
I'm getting some cooperation from
Yeah.
Reagan here.
Yeah, chat's getting on it here. All right, so I like this.
I mean, I thought we were already at about 114, aren't we?
This timer was at 110. That's absolutely true. It's okay. All the mimics were found. That's all that matters.
You can go to bed happy tonight.
I can't. Man, that was such a quick fight.
Well, you know, at level 12 and power ring and level 3 sword, it's not too bad.
I think it only looked quick next to mine. Oh, he's gonna show us how to do this with fire.
I mean, you showed us how to do it with fire.
Well, I mean, fire plus power ring is a little different story.
Only a little.
Making good use of getting the white robots against the wall, but leaving them behind a little bit.
Oh, he's got refresh, right? So he's got
Yeah.
healing if he needs it.
Yeah, and he's got tons of rings.
What he doesn't have is opal statues, although he may still have one left at this point, if he 100'd.
Yeah, where did you use your second statue? That's the one thing I don't remember.
It might have been Mado 1?
Okay.
Mado is always a good place to use those opals.
Best place to use opals.
Yeah, I think... oh no, did I... Yeah, I forget if I needed one on Mado 1 or Mado 2.
Magic making the lazy tower.
You can't be too lazy when you've got 47 scaling. These robots really hit.
It's true. But with all the magic rings he's got, he can just kind of throw those fire threes about however he feels like.
it looks easy, but the placing the fire attack actually takes a little practice.
That much is true.
The lag storm, that's the real lazy tower.
I don't know, unless you're stabbing too.
Quick, we need the power sword. Oh, there it is. All right. Kind of went down pretty quick there. And Matrick finishes with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 32 seconds. GG's to Matrick.
GG's.
And joining us in the booth is Matrick. GG, man.
God,
GG.
that was terrible, man. I played horribly. You know what? The thing that's normally one of my strongest aspects, I could not combat today. I couldn't do it. I don't know what it was. I died to so many bosses. I think I died like 3 times to Kelby 1, and I think I died 7 times to Mato 2. It's ridiculous. Or Mato 1. Absolutely ridiculous. That was horrible play on my part. I deserve to lose that. I did go for the Hail Mary, though, after I killed the last boss. It didn't pay off. Oh, well. GG, Axe. Played a good race.
Thanks. Yeah. This was a fun one.
I gotta say, I had 4 checks left when I got the Bow of Truth. And I knew for a fact it wasn't at 3 of them because I already knew what it was. And there was actually 5. I had Stom too. It had to either be Stom or the Power Ring spot. So I was like, I'm gonna check the Power Ring spot first, find the Bow of Truth, and then I go, well, okay, I'm already at 46 scaling. I may as well go get the glowing lamp, get the 47, and get the Power Ring. Of course, it was the last possible thing I could have found, right?
Yeah, it was a very different tower we saw from the two of you. You had all the equipment, and Nax went in with no extra rings at all, and kind of just Dios pendant the thing with sword charge glitch.
Yeah, it was a complete and total hundo for me. I actually checked every single location. I mean, once he had beaten me at the end and I found the bow, I was like, okay, well, I may as well just grab the last couple of items. It'll speed up the end game more than it'll take me to find these items.
Well, I'll tell you this much. I don't know if it's good news or bad news for you, but even though you hundoed, we did not find all 12 mimics because we lost track of them.
Well, I can tell you for a fact you found them all. I found them all by myself.
We didn't count all 12 mimics, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, no, I checked.
We only got an 11 count.
I checked every single location in the game. I found all 12 of them. There was nothing left for me to check. I checked every single location there was. So it was absolutely a mimic percent. You guys win. And I even went on your ledge, got hit by the mimic, went back and shot at it 4 times and killed it.
I know, that made me
Stupid
happy.
thing. Yeah. Oh well. We'll see tomorrow how it goes. I'm looking for a 3rd match.
Yeah, well, this was the first round out of a best of 3, and the winner of the best of 3 will go into the grand finals. The loser will have a chance to come right back and play again. So we'll see what happens.
Yep.
Anything can happen at this point.
Oh yeah, no. Apparently I need to go and practice Mato 1 of all bosses with a wind sword. I could not kill him.
I think I popped an opal there too, so it was
Oh, I blew opals early. because I was just, rolling through the game, and I tried really hard not to blow it on Kelby 1, and he was having none of it.
Oh yeah, that Kelby 1 fight was a little painful to watch.
I've had some beautiful ones, and then I've had some disasters. That one goes on the disaster side.
Any fight you win is, can't be that bad.
I don't
Unless
know.
you get bodied by a moth afterwards.
Oh. Yeah, we don't talk about that. I gotta say, though, I don't consider it a great victory when you kill the boss, but you burn an opal statue and 4 medical herbs. That's not a good victory. No. That was my Kelby 1. Oh, not a good fight. Yeah, well.
Do we got any more comments here? Any more thoughts about anything?
Jeff Peters! We're good. Feel better.
Well, we will have more of this tomorrow night. It's same time, right?
That is
Yeah,
correct.
So for
Yeah.
match number 2, we will see. Like I said, anyone can walk away from this with a ticket to the grand finals, and even if you lose, you can come right back for the second round of it.
It's yeah. I mean, if you lose this one, you only have to win one more set, and you're right back into it.
I think we still have up to 5 more matches in the losers bracket to go. So this tournament is wrapping up, and I am excited to see how it ends.
Yeah. So whoever wins between, or whoever loses between Axe and I goes down, and you only have to face off. You have to win one match, and then you're right back into the grand finals. You win that match. We'll have to see.
Well, thanks
Good
for the
luck tomorrow.
commentary.
Yeah, guys. Good luck tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks for the plan, and thanks to Speed Gaming for hosting us. We continue to appreciate it.
And with that, guys, we will be back tomorrow night at 11 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see you there for round 2 of Axeman versus Matrick. Take care.